balanced.
Hello.
Hi. It's finally cold outside, so I get to wear my Mr. Meeseeks beanie again.
I'm Mr. Meeseeks!
Look at me. Kind of fits this, really. But, yeah. Not the movie, just my general attitude towards this show. Look at me. I want attention. Anyway, so we're here with the murder on the Orient Express. I have a feeling you and I probably disagree with this one more than we do, but
Probably.
I will preface this by saying this is absolutely my kind of film. So keep that in mind going into it. So I actually had a lot of fun with this movie. I actually really enjoyed it. I have issues with the ending, which we'll get to.
Yeah.
Because there will be a point where we can't really go too much into this without going to spoilers. So I take it you were not a big fan.
It was okay.
Yeah, which is fair.
Like, It was fairly disjointed, especially with the huge total shift with what happened in the beginning, where it's just like I was thoroughly entertained by the beginning, but it was really weird, and then it went to like mostly super serious murder mystery. It was just like
I was on board. Honestly, I was pretty okay with it.
That is just like the characters really, except for obviously for Hercule, last name I can't pronounce. I didn't find the people that interesting either.
I mean, like, to be fair, I don't think they're supposed to be the most fascinating characters because they are bit parts, let's face it. They're there to serve a purpose in the old school murder mystery, and that's really about it. So, like, I wasn't expecting deep, complex character because there's only so much you can do with a short period of time.
Unfortunately, that just meant it was literally everyone's an exposition fairy. He's just like, oh no.
And that's kind of what this kind of movie is. Like, that's kind of what these old kind of movies are, though, to be fair.
Yeah, but even then, it's like a lot of these old school mysteries, they had interesting characters that doubly serve the plot, yet they had their fair share of development. Like Maltese Falcon, for example. Great mystery.
I haven't seen that one. But...
oh god, that was like one of those great like noir detective movies from way back when.
Okay. Yeah.
Humphrey Bogart was like the main guy in it, and it's like just one of those quintessential detective movies. I think it was like when I say the Maltese Falcon, I should say the Humphrey Bogart one, because that movie got remade like 3 times within like several years.
I believe it.
It's like, God, it's the 3rd time it was made in like the late 30s. Like, Jesus! And we complained about remakes now? I mean, granted, we didn't make anything that quick in succession, except for maybe Spider-Man, but...
The Conan O'Brien quote, like, every father just wants their Spider-Man rebooted better than the one they had.
But
I get what you're saying. Like, I don't necessarily agree. I still think they're interesting enough for me to still stay invested. Or at least I was thoroughly invested through beginning to end. That's just me personally. But then again, I'm a sucker for these kind of things. So again, there's a bit of a bias there. I mean, and I also know you tend to be pickier with things like this than me, as far as these kind of movies go, which is fine. Yeah, it's perfectly fine.
I know we're each picky about certain things. Like, I know I've liked Mother a lot more than you did.
That's an understatement. Yeah. That implies I liked Mother at all.
Yeah, fair point. That was one of the few times, like, I think I understand.
I understand it fine. Sorry. I still think it's bullshit.
Sorry, man. It's surrealist. That's all I can say. And to be fair, I'm not a fan of that genre as a whole. Like, I think something about that one was just a little bit easier for me to get into, which I'll admit.
How is Mother the easier one to get into?
Well, because surrealism is all about the whole idea that everything exists in a dreamlike state, and that logic is secondary to the...
When was the last time you had a dream that made sense?
You'd be surprised.
Well, that's your dreams. Mine. Yeah. Mine are like, why do I have cabbages for nipples? That's a new development.
Oh, no, God. I still remember, like, this one dream I had where just, like, I had to calm down or write. I love the reaction people had in it. Because all I do is ask people, why? Why? Then I looked to another buddy who was coincidentally also named Mike. No, he was Robert. Never mind. Okay. But I was like, why? Why are you asking me this? I'm your friend! Oh, yeah, sorry about that.
Now, here's some of my dreams for you. Yeah. I had a dream I was on a jetpack fighting an X-Men villain in classic heart-starred boxers and Cyclops visors for some reason.
Yeah.
And who spit up a talking Scottish Terrier, spit it out in my kitchen, who then, in his dying words, turned into a remote control that I proceeded to flip through the channels going, hey, it works. So when you say dreamlike state,
Yeah.
I take that with a grain of fucking salt.
But the point stands. Surrealism, the whole idea is logic is literally thrown out the window, and it's supposed to be secondary to metaphors, kind of like dreams are sometimes.
And I also acknowledge dreams are usually pretty stupid.
Yeah.
Kind of like Mother, but that's a whole other topic.
Yeah, and like I said, that's why as a whole I don't like surrealism.
Yeah.
It's like, it's genius, but I can't understand it for the fucking life of me.
Again, that Mother is not a hard movie to figure out.
Once again, I mean in general.
Fair enough.
Like the only surrealist film I could say I ever liked was arguably Yellow Submarine.
I've yet to see Yellow Submarine.
I will show that to you someday. It's one of my favorite animated movies of all time.
Nice. But anyway, back to this movie.
Sorry.
Apparently, there's still some fresh feelings about Mother.
Yeah.
From both sides, to be fair.
Yeah.
No, like I think this is just a straightforward. I think it's a pretty straightforward film. That's kind of what I liked about it. It was a simple throwback to. No, there you go. Me. Okay. I think it's a pretty straightforward throwback to an old, like, love letter to an older time. And like, this is not gonna rank among the more classic mystery movies, but like, for what it's concerned, like, I don't see these kind of fucking movies anymore. It was a nice kind of take back there, because honestly, even the twist in this movie isn't as bad as some other twists I've seen in other mystery movies that nowadays are like, oh, isn't a character. Yeah. You didn't see it at any point in the rest of the film. We're so clever. No, you're not.
And I will admit, there were, like, I started to kind of acknowledge it semi at one point near the end where I kind of noticed something where it's like, certain things clicked in my head. I just didn't realize to what extent.
Yeah. So, like, I just like these kind of... I like old school mystery movies. We don't get them anymore.
Yeah.
It's kind of refreshing to see, and the actors are really good in it.
Yeah, no, I admit that.
For the parts that they're written, I think that the cast is really. That's kind of what kept me engaged. Like, I really like the actors. They were clearly having a fun time. I like the aesthetics. I like the story.
And that's one of the things I will say is, like, I think as a movie, it's just kind of but I love the production values of it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because, like, I know they went through a painstaking, like, recreation of the Orient Express, for example.
Yeah. So, like, there's a lot I liked. Is it perfect? No. If you think it's meh, I get it. Because this is kind of like, I will admit this is kind of a guilty pleasure, kind of like the first National Treasure was a little bit. Like, is it a good movie? Granted, this is a better movie than National Treasure. But it's kind of like, you know, you're on an adventure. You're just kind of you're just kind of on the lawn for the ride. And sometimes it's okay to just take a step back and just click off the overcritical part of my brain for that.
Yeah.
If I like the premise enough. Granted, there's sometimes where I just can't do that. And I feel we're going to bring this up again when we talk about Justice League next week.
Probably. Also, I will say
although I'm open to being surprised.
As long as I have fun, I'm fine.
Yeah.
What I heard, they got Superman right finally.
Hopefully. Took them like 3 fucking movies. But we'll see. We'll get there when we get there. Anywho, so I also do just have to say I do envy this man's glorious mustache.
Oh God, I remember when he had the fucking mustache.
Yeah.
I will say, this movie was freaking hilarious in the beginning.
Yeah.
Sometimes for legit laughs, sometimes others just like, what? Like, it is so out there sometimes.
Which I kind of liked about it, honestly.
Yeah. Either way, it made me laugh, so I cannot fault it for that.
Yeah. So we really can't go too much into further without going to spoilers, so...
The exception of angry guy who doesn't like his photo getting taken doing a random...
Oh, yeah. Just all of a sudden turns into a Jackie Chan movie.
Yeah. Where he just, like, beats the crap out of people doing, like, a spinning roundhouse kick. Yeah. I can't think of the appropriate term. And all of a sudden, he just, like, gets into a brace with his wife or something. I was like, what?
I was kind of like, all right, I'm down. Let's see where this goes.
Yeah. Or what was it when you see his buddy who runs the train?
Oh, yeah.
Yes. I surmise that you are with a prostitute. You're right! How did you know? It's like... Oh, God. I gotta see who that actor was, because I remember seeing him before. The buddy.
I do not know.
Also, it was funny seeing Janet from Hot Fuzz in here.
Yeah, it took me a bit to recognize her.
Yeah, I remember it was like, is that Janet from... or Janice, whatever the hell her name,
Janine, yeah.
Yeah. From Hot Fuzz, like, no, then you look at it's like, that's her from Hot Fuzz.
Wait, was that Janine? I thought Janine was the guy.
Yeah, sorry. No, Janine was Kate Blanchett's character. But you know, the one female cop on the force.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
I can't remember her name. It's gonna bug the crap out of me.
Either way. But anyway. So, yeah, I was like, the one thing I don't like, this one thing that bothers me about modern mystery movies is the fact that they always try to go for, like, the, oh no, like, you totally didn't see it coming twist. And I was kind of wondering towards the end, and of course this is obvious spoilers, I was kind of like, are they gonna go for a Hateful Eight kind of thing? And yeah, that's exactly what ends up happening.
Yeah.
Which honestly, I was disappointed by that. Which is like, okay, it makes sense in the context of the movie, but I was like, all right, but it just feels like it kind of wasted my time trying to deduce everything before when it's just like it's everyone did it. So it's like
yeah.
That feels like a bit of a cop out, which I acknowledge.
And I feel like had they done a better job setting that up versus kind of like suddenly revealing, oh, everybody has a connect, like half these other characters have connections. The person's like, oh, come on.
Yeah, well, that didn't bother me that much, but
What bugged me was like, it just, the fact that a lot of that felt like it kind of came out of nowhere. Yet at the same time, I should have seen it coming.
Yeah.
It's like, it was simultaneously cliche, yet out of nowhere.
I would say not entirely out of nowhere. But I see your point. I get it. That didn't frustrate me as much as it did you. Because at that point, I was kind of like, at that point, that like there were some more connections starting to pop up. I was kind of like, okay, either this is a massive coincidence, or you all did it. Oh, okay, there you go.
And I remember I said that right before he did it. I was like, oh, damn it.
Yeah. So like that was kind of disappointing.
Yeah. And one of the things that kind of gave me a hint that there's multiple people involved. Was when Michelle Pfeiffer's character at one point, she gets stabbed in the back. And it's just like, okay, you know what? These three have got to be in cahoots because, oh, look, he wasn't there, even though I suspected it was him because he spoke French at one point when the room was in there, which, that was my hint that fucking Josh Gad was the killer. Then when he's not in there, also other stuff that kind of tied to that, suddenly Michelle Pfeiffer gets stabbed and the doctor's just right there.
Yeah.
Where it's just like, and the fact they mentioned that is like, it just happened to miss an artery that was incredibly lucky is like, no, that is a major revealer.
Well, I suspected I was honestly the woman for a while there. But again, that's kind of the disappointing fact that like the mystery, like the reveal is that it's everyone is kind of like, it kind of defeats the purpose of trying to analyze each individual character. Because in the end, he's like, oh, well, you're all guilty, apparently. Okay, so now it's just a matter of how, which is not nearly as interesting.
Yeah.
So, like, that was kind of a bummer. Not enough to kill the movie for me, but I will admit it did slow stuff down.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's really my biggest complaint with the movie, is the fact that the actual reveal of who did it. It's like, I would have liked it if they just picked one person.
And Millie, I don't know if that's based on the source material, though. So,
this is true. I don't know if that was original twist in the original movie or not.
Knowing Agatha Christie, it probably was.
I don't know. I'd have to look it up.
Because her murder stories are always incredibly elaborate. Like, I'm trying to remember, like, and then there were none. Like, when they reveal how, like, who the killer is and how they pulled it off is like, damn! That is incredibly well thought!
And which I think that could be fun. And, like, I still think, because I still had fun watching this movie, I still enjoy a good mystery movie. Like, one of my favorite games as a kid was Clue. So,
that's such a great game.
Oh, yeah, so much fun. Some of my favorite time when I was playing with my sisters at the time is someone put out is that very rare moment that almost never happens in the game when you throw out a suggestion and nobody says anything for a brief second. And then you all do that thing where you look at your cards, then you look at each other. And then you do them as like, fuck, whose turn is it next? And you realize, fuck, I lost. There's a lot more fucks when you're 12, apparently. No, actually, it's younger than that. That only happened once anytime I ever played the game. I don't know about you.
I don't think so. Now I suddenly want to watch the movie again.
Right? At least the way that movie did that twist was clever.
Well, the funny thing was that wasn't actually the twist, because the whole thing was when it was in theaters.
Well, that's what I mean. The fact they had different endings depending on where it was released. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, not the actual whatever's in there now. But I've actually never seen Clue all the way through.
Okay.
But I know how they did that. I was like, okay, that's actually pretty clever.
Yeah. Some say it was a gimmick. I say that was an interesting way to get repeat viewings.
Yeah, again, it was a clever play.
Yeah.
So yeah, like outside of that, like other than that, I was like the acting was really good. Everyone does a top-notch job of doing the acting stuff. They're all having a good time.
Yeah, acting was great. Pretty good dialogue.
Yeah, the dialogue was
I will
good.
admit the writing was sharp.
Yeah, the writing was sharp. The characters, if they weren't interesting, at least I found them entertaining. And again, I know you're harsher on that one, which is fine. Yeah, I respect that.
Like there were times I was entertained, like when you get the reveal on
Willem Dafoe.
Yeah.
Yeah. He was good. He was good. Either way, there was enough for me to keep me engaged, keep me interested. So, like, I'm so glad I saw it.
Yeah.
Maybe not full... Like, I'd say it's a solid matinee.
Yeah, like, it's definitely not a bad movie. Just not really a super great one.
Yeah, I mean, like, if I had to pick between this and Hateful Eight, I'd probably go with Hateful Eight, but I still had a good time watching this. Even though Hateful Eight is about an extra... It's almost 3 hours long, has way more filler. But I love that movie for similar reasons too. Which is again, I'm just a sucker for these kind of movies, and it's something I don't get to see anymore.
Yeah,
which I wish we did see more of.
Yeah,
it's more like the Oh, sorry, I keep cutting you off.
I was gonna say someone also kind of gave me an idea as to why Hateful Eight dragged on as much as it did too.
Well, it was a stage play originally, wasn't it?
No, that was the first movie without his usual editor because his editor died.
Oh, huh. That explains a few things. Now, granted, I didn't mind the slow pacing of Hateful Eight.
I was frustrated with the beginning, but once I got to the second half, I was totally on board.
I liked it personally. I didn't have.
Yeah.
I thought the characters come back to characters really entertaining. Tim Roth is having so much goddamn fun in that movie.
Yeah.
Oswaldo Mowbray. Enunciating every vowel. I loved it.
I also love just how they dealt with the villain, when they found out who the villain was.
Yeah.
I was like, ah!
Which again, I was a little disappointed that it was like, oh, really, it's everyone? Well, that's kind of,
Yeah.
But again, not a movie killer. It was more like, well...
For me, that was more because of deceptive advertising that pissed me off. It's like, there's a killer!
And to be fair, that's in the movie, too. It's not just the advertising.
Well, the movie makes sense, but when the advertising just says, basically says, there's only one, whereas versus in the movie, they're just trying to... It's clearly a bunch of people trying to cover their tracks. That makes sense.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But regardless, I still like Hateful Eight.
Yeah, it's not bad. Yeah, I enjoyed it.
But yeah, I can't really think of a whole lot else to talk about this movie.
Yeah.
It's more like, for what it is, I liked it.
Yeah. It's like, for the production values and the dialogue and acting, it's good. It's just, I wish it was a little bit, kind of better connected, I guess. / kind of better developed.
Mm-hmm. Fair enough. To me, that didn't bother me too much, but yeah, I can get where you're coming from.
On that topic, I still need to see the original one.
Me too. That's another thing I like comic criticism. It was like, well, it's not as good as the original one. I was like, well, yeah, but you haven't seen the original one. It's still perfectly fine.
Yeah.
So take that as you will. Just want to move on to trailers.
Sure. Yeah. So the first one I got was...
because I showed up late because I had to come here straight here from work.
Was Darkest Hour. That's the one with Gary Oldman playing...
right.
Winston Churchill.
Yeah. There you go. Yeah. I'm familiar with that one. It's Gary Oldman, so I'll see it unless something comes up about him too.
At this point, there's going to be something about everyone. Second one was Molly's Game.
I know. You hear about the one about Tom Hanks? He was really nice to someone. That bastard.
Someone did the same thing about Keanu Reeves.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Several women come forth to say that he took them on very lovely dates.
Was like Patton Oswalt put up a new comedy sketch on Netflix, and the opening joke was like, "Oh, like until this morning. You guys hear what this happened this morning? No, nothing happened, but you all believed me. You all believe me because that's the kind of year we're having." Every day, like my routine every day, would like wake up, get coffee, and then check up Twitter. Now every time Twitter is like this.
At least Al Franken was pretty frank about his. Sorry about the pun. Al Franken, he is a senator and former comedian.
Oh, right, that comedian. Guy. think I heard about that one. Kind of, maybe, I don't know.
Because it was basically like, I don't remember this happening, but however, I agree that based on at least some of the stuff that is shown, that was heinous of me. I should not have done that, and I am sorry. In fact, I'm calling an ethics investigation on myself.
Oh, okay, that's why I heard about the ethics investigation. But anyway, that's a red button issue. So that we are not qualified to talk about. So, moving on.
Yep.
Darkest Hour.
Molly's game.
I'm looking forward to that one.
Yeah.
Oh, it's gonna be good, hopefully.
It's like, has I suddenly forgot guy's name ever made a bad movie?
Sorkin?
Thank you.
It depends if you like Sorkin or not.
I mean, in the grand scheme of things, I don't think he's ever made anything bad.
I think there's one, but I'm blanking on what it is. I know he's always been criticized for how his writing on women is, so I guess we'll see. But anyway, so yeah, that one looks good. Then we got Downsizing, which I'm curious about.
Yeah, this trailer definitely... We got a new trailer which kind of shed the light on some things.
Yeah, basically
I was like,
the general plotline of the film. And it's directed by my favorite directors, so I'm curious to see it. Because this is his first dip into sci-fi.
Yeah.
So I'm one way or another, I'm curious. It might see Matt Damon in a better movie than Suburbicon.
Oh, I'm so sad to hear that one wasn't good.
It wasn't terrible. It was more like, hey, by the way, there's this whole murder conspiracy thing going on. Oh, and by the way, across the street there's a race war. Not related to each other in any way.
Yeah.
Other than the fact they occasionally go, hey, there's a lot of noise going on outside. Oh, please, we're trying to stay involved. Literally what happens in the movie. I'm not exaggerating that. Like,
no, I believe you.
That's Oscar Isaac goes there like, those neighbors, huh? And they go, we're trying to stay out of it. Meanwhile, let this entirely different movie happen. Because George Clooney wants a nomination.
We ain't getting one now.
No, God, no.
I think he's gonna be getting a Razzie.
Wasn't that bad. That's a bit harsh.
True, but then again, the Razzies have picked better things to get Razzies as well.
They're gonna pick Justice League way before they pick this movie. Even if Justice League is just okay, they're still gonna pick it apart because they do that.
Yeah.
It's whenever a movie's popular. I don't think people are gonna make a Suburbicon.
Yeah, that's true.
Speak about what's probably gonna be on the Razzies next year. 50 Shades Freed. To complete the epic climactic. I apologize in advance, Sarah.
What an epic climax.
I will drive down to Monterey for that review.
I am glad my wife has basically just said no to that. It's
I mean, they're not the worst fucking movies out there.
It's like, she will not let me join you on these reviews in principle. It's like, oh no, whatever shall I do?
I mean, like, God, did the second one even come out this year? I don't even remember.
Last year.
Okay, was it last year?
I don't know.
I'm so lost.
It wasn't this year though.
Are you sure it wasn't? I don't even know anymore.
If it is, then dear God, how fast are they filming these things?
I don't know anymore.
Yeah, I think it was last year.
I'm gonna look it up right now. I'm gonna confirm with you. When was this movie published? When that movie, the review, I don't remember. It does not say. Oh no, I need to go back the hard way. It's okay. We'll move on while I'm looking this up.
Yeah, name the next thing. I'll find it on IMDb for you.
All the Money in the World. Boy, howdy, was this an uncomfortable trailer to sit through.
Holy shit, it did come out this year.
Oh my God. That's how much I forgot about it.
Oh.
I forgot it came out this year. Oh, God. Oh, Christ.
All the Money in the World. Featuring Redacted.
The funny part is you can't even find that trailer on YouTube anymore, but I guess AMC didn't get the fucking memo. Because this is still the full Kevin Spacey. The full Kevin Spacey trailer with him in it. And I'm thinking like, oh my God. I'm like so uncomfortable watching this trailer.
I really half expected it was like have a poorly CGI Christopher Plummer face on it,
Just like something you do off the face swap app or something.
Yeah, or they just use like a giant censor bar over Kevin Spacey's name and face.
Like we're taking care of it, guys. We're taking care of it. Please, just go. Leave us alone. We're gonna take care of it. It's fine. But man, like it's weird. Like it's so weird because like god damn it, it's like when the Bill Cosby thing happened, where it's just like I feel so uncomfortable with anything he's associated with now, and that's really sad because Baby Driver is still a really good movie.
Oh, I'm still. That was one of those cases where I have to separate the actor and.
Yeah, I know that's hard. That's hard to do, especially when allegations.
For me, that is surprisingly easier to do.
For me, I guess it's harder.
It's like.
It's like why I can't go into a strip club because I always think like, oh, honey, that can't have been your first choice for a career. I think it was my girlfriend was joking around. It was like, you'd be the guy in like the private room and you'd come in like, I was like, you guys done in here? She's all crying in the corner. It's like, you can get some tissues? No, not for me, for her.
It was kind of like when I went to a Hooters one time and I was the only one that was probably looking the waitresses in the eyes.
Yeah, similar concept. It's kind of like.
Whereas, like, I regret walking in here.
Only did that once, and it was kind of like I feel a little guilty for multiple reasons.
Yeah.
Shrimp wasn't bad though.
They did have a good burger. I'll say that.
Then we got Tomb Raider. Yeah. And I really like that game too. And it's like, okay, did you guys play the game where you look at screenshots and go, we can make a film out of this?
Yeah, I know that they really I know the guy played through the games pretty much. I know they said they were looking through specifically the, obviously the reboot.
Mm-hmm, yeah, which is obviously the inspiration.
Yeah. I mean, some good actors are in there. Walton Goggins, Alicia Vikander.
It's more like, I feel like they're trying to Resident Evil it a bit. That's kind of the vibe I got from the trailer a little bit.
Yeah.
Where it's more like they're trying to make like the action, badass, fear no fear, like lead protagonist. Like that's not the game at all.
Yeah.
Like that's actually pretty far removed. The whole point of the game is how she becomes like stronger and.
Which they say is supposedly the case in here, but it's like.
But the way they show in the trailer does not give off that impression at all.
Yeah.
Especially with the end, with it like she only 2 guns, like I'll take 2.
From what I figure, I think that's an end. That's like an end.
It could very well be, but I'm not optimistic.
Because looking at the way she looks in there, like she's back home, obviously, and she has like the more traditional looks, like those are the classic guns. She has the braid. It's like, that has got to be an end thing.
Yeah, I mean, I can see that. I'm hoping it is, hopefully, but it's like more. It's kind of like the video game curse. Was like, I'm just not optimistic.
Oh, I'm not either.
It's more like assume the worst and hope for the best.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. There was like one that. Oh, Rampage! You will be interesting.
One. Oh, come on! No one's gonna think Rampage is gonna. That one's gonna be dumb fun at best.
Yep. I mean, especially because, it's stars The Rock. It's done by the guys who did San Andreas.
I can actually get all that stupid CGI splooge on something that I can actually be okay with CGI splooge at. So, as long as it has like the one monkey do that weird punch in a building, like.
Well, he did do one, from what I remember in the trailer.
I haven't seen the trailer yet, so I don't know.
Yeah.
And I'm not talking like an actual like good CGI punch. I want the old like Rock'em Sock'em Robot kind of style punch. Yeah, pretty much. I want that style of punch. If we get that, I'll be happy. But that's probably not going to happen.
Probably not to that extent, because that's just going to look a little weird in the confines of the film.
Oh yeah, because a giant white monkey in the middle, it's like CGI city is not going to look weird enough.
And the giant wolf. And the giant crocodile.
Was that a crocodile? I thought it was like some weird lizard thing.
They made him a crocodile in this.
Sure.
Or something.
Whatever. Then we got Red Sparrow. So not... What's her name?
Black Widow?
No, the other one that was in the movie earlier this year. Girl from Prometheus?
Yeah. No, I can't remember.
The actress's name? Charlize Theron.
Yeah.
Not Charlize Theron. That's what I was thinking of.
Yeah, that was Jennifer Lawrence.
I know it wasn't.
Yeah.
I'm saying she's playing not Charlize Theron in this movie. because of the assassin movie she did earlier this year.
Oh, Atomic Blonde. Right?
Yeah.
For me, it was like, okay, Black Widow, Red Sparrow. What's up with these? What color animal code names?
Because red is color of blood and Widow was already taken.
Yeah.
That was like a joke in this movie that I leaned over to you halfway through and just, like, was like, your middle name is Hermione. Have you ever gone by Hernanomy? And it's like, not since the Warner Brothers lawsuit.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was just a little funny side. Although I do think my favorite joke I made was at the very end where they're all saying, like, you all need time to heal after the death of Johnny Depp. And I leaned over, he's like, yeah, I feel like this is a secret metaphor for Mordecai. Because I saw the movie, 2 years ago? And that still makes me angry. The only movie I'm so horrified I sat through all the way. And I saw the Emoji Movie this year and Boo 2.
Oh.
Thank you again for that.
I was glad I were able to drag Matt along. Because by ourselves, that would have been
Just defeating. Yeah. And then the last trailer we got was the most Oscar baiting movie of the theater, The Post. It's like Steven Spielberg, Tom Hanks, and what's her name?
Meryl Streep.
Thank you. I am out of it.
Oh, and Saul.
And Saul's not really Oscar bait.
Yeah. True, but I just mean he's in the movie.
I mean, I like him. I'm glad he's in the movie. But at the same time, he's also not like obligation to nominate like Steven Spielberg and
yeah, Tom Hanks, Meryl Streep.
Yeah, Meryl Streep. So like instantly, like it doesn't have to be good for them to get nominated for it. Was that Airplane movie nominated last year?
I don't think so.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't think it was either, but it's clearly trying to be.
I feel like it might have gotten a Best Picture nomination, but I can't remember.
Because that was totally Oscar baity too. Now, I feel like Steven Spielberg already guaranteed for an Oscar, but Meryl Streep, it's gonna get at least nominated, if not get an Oscar.
Yeah.
Because it's Meryl Streep, and Meryl Streep is just like Oscar bait personified.
Yeah. Like, doesn't she have like the record for most nominations or something like that?
Something like that. To the point where it's becoming I think it was a joke in BoJack Horseman at one point.
Yeah.
Like, how can we them as, what else has she not done at this point? Have a movie with herself, directed by and written by herself. Brilliant!
Yeah. Okay, so it only received a technical Oscar nomination.
Okay, but still nominated.
Yeah.
Unlike the Oscar award-winning masterpiece, Suicide Squad. Ugh. I'm still sad I have to say that.
Ooh.
Well, I thought I was bitter about it. You apparently were livid about that fact. That's gonna be me imbuing the Beast sense of winning something.
How the hell did fucking Star Trek lose out to Best Makeup?
Because you can't look at a camera and do this? That's fucking art, man. Yeah. That's worth sending all the dead rats and used condom in the world.
It's like, yeah, Killer Croc was cool, but there's like 30 kinds of that on fucking Star Trek Beyond.
Yeah, but that's Star Trek. That can't win an Oscar.
Suicide Squad. Sci-fi.
Because Suicide Squad, totally not sci-fi.
I have an angry stout man's face right now. It's like, did my face literally just compress
a little bit? Like, you turned like an angry British man for a second. To the point where I almost want to just... For some reason, I really want you to see I'm a little teapot with that face.
I'm a little teapot, short and stout.
You gotta keep the grimace. There you go. Get the eyes level there.
Yep.
Think of Suicide Squad. Think about that Oscar.
Here is my handle. Here is my stout.
There you go. There's the rage. There is the rage. Feed me.
That's a really tiny stout. Ow!
Feed me, Seymour. Feed me your rage.
Yeah. Feed me.
But yeah, that was the last trailer, so...
Feed me all your fucks.
There are none to be given anymore.
I'm out of fucks to give!
Never!
Oh god, he feeds him with rage from like the DC fanboys in the movies.
Oh god, already I'm seeing memes on Instagram of like, people listen to the critics, oh pathetic immortals, and they're like, guys, Like what you fucking like. But don't act like it's fucking phenomenal. Now, granted, I haven't seen it, but I'm just taking a wild guess and say it's eh.
Yeah.
But
I'm pretty sure I'll
which is still a step up,
Yeah.
to be fair.
Well, technically speaking, Wonder Woman was the real step up.
Well, I mean, like, as far as Zack Snyder directed movies goes.
Yeah, that's true.
So,
Very,
like,
very true.
it's a low bar, but it's a bar nonetheless. So, with any luck, it'll surpass that. On that front, do you recommend Murder on the Orient Express? Maybe not.
It's worth a watch.
I think I'd say like a fair.
It's like it's
a $5 Tuesday or matinee.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
Yeah.
Definitely, like I said, definitely for the technicals. That stuff
it's
is
a very pretty
astounding.
film. Yeah. Even though I was kind of thrown off by clearly CGI Istanbul, which is like, why can't you just film in Istanbul? But what, Istanbul, whatever.
I don't know, I feel like there's something going on over there, maybe.
Maybe. Either way, I think you can use a model.
Huh?
You can use a model. I don't know. That's a CGI splooge everywhere. But it wasn't too distracting. Well, it was a little distracting, but it was over quickly, so it wasn't too bad. But yeah, like I say, if you like these kind of movies, I say you'll still have a good time with it. It's not a masterpiece by any stretch of the imagination, but for what it is, it's fun.
Yeah. On that topic, I do love how clearly not Josh Gad was being chased.
I will give Josh credit. Is like, this is one of the few movies I've seen him in recently I could tolerate him in.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, so he's good when he's actually not being Josh Gaddy.
Yeah, no, he can be good. I've seen it before.
But it's also like with Dog's Purpose Can Kiss My Ass. And between that and fucking imbuing the Beast, where he can just suck the biggest dick. The biggest, blackest dick.
From what I heard, his character probably did.
Well, no, I wish. That would have made it... At least I would have made it fucking worth all the stupid controversy I got. No, he got a little hug. That's all he got.
Oh, look, he did a dance and had and smiled at the guy. Really?
That was right.
That's it? That's all
was
you
like, I was promised, like, gay pornography. I was promised just straight up hedonism, and I did not get that.
Seriously?
Fire on you, Disney. Fire on you and all your kind executives.
So there were some gay friends of mine who were like pissed off at both spectrums. It's like, okay, I'm mad because honestly, people getting this offended is fucking stupid, and I'm also mad because we were promised like an actual gay character instead we just got a little blip.
Yeah, like he might. Like I was more like, this is probably first transvestite character we've seen in a live action movie before. No one talked about that. The guy who got all dressed up in the.
No, I mean.
Or transsexual. Not transsexual, but.
Yeah.
Maybe. Transsexual. No. Sorry, wrong word. Yeah. But you know what I mean.
Transvestite, I think, is the right one.
Okay, good. So, whatever you call it. If you know the PC term, let me know, because I legitimately want to get that right. Yeah. Anyway, so but being the Beast, that's probably bringing me a worse list, honestly, because I'm still mad about that. Actually, I did have a talk with my gay best friends the other day who also hated the movie, and we never agree on films. So this is a rare experience where we both talked about how horrible that fucking piece of shit was. And I know I'm in the minority on that one, but surprisingly,
I'm not even gonna bother watching that one. I know it's on Netflix. Like, you know what? I'd rather waste my time watching something good. Or something tolerable, like watch Kong Skull Island again.
Yeah, it's tolerable. The movie's amazing. You should shut your mouth.
It's not amazing, but it's so much fun.
It is amazing because it is fun. It can be that for that reason.
That was an unconventional encounter.
It's so much fun. A movie can be amazing just because it's fun.
I'm just still laughing at how Shea Wiggum bit it in that movie.
Oh.
Just, God damn it!
He's still more dignified than he was in Death Note.
Oh.
Yeah.
Ooh, that movie.
Yeah. So does anything even open opposite Justice League?
Little memento, por favor. There's a movie called Wonder, I believe.
Yeah, I was playing here. I have heard nothing about that film. I just know I still got to see Daddy's Home 2, which I'll see with either Wes or Howard. Howard's volunteered to see it.
Good luck with that. We also need to see 3 Billboards.
That's not playing anywhere. I looked. It's not playing in San Jose. So trust me, I would gladly have watched that tonight too. But
maybe it's more tomorrow.
Maybe. But
let me see. Wonder, The Star.
Yes. Oh god. Yeah, the Star. That's what I
Oh!
gotta see.
Oh no!
What?
I forgot that was the Star.
Yeah.
Oh, 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 oh,
Hey Howard, you busy?
oh, oh. Yes, I am, thankfully.
I didn't say you. I said Howard.
Oh.
I'm not gonna ask you to go see it. If that's gonna be bad anime movies, the two people I go to first.
Oh.
Hey, buddy, what do you want, Michael? Hey, Matt, calm down.
I just realized you still owe me dinner.
That's right. That's right. I forgot about that. I forgot. I'll get to it, buddy. I'll get to it.
I know.
I'm man of my word.
I know. Hey, we both been busy.
Yeah, just been hectic lately. But anyway, so that's all we got. So we'll be back probably with Daddy's Home 2 first, just because I want to get that over with. And then Justice League will be priority next week with whatever else is in theaters. I'm sure it's probably the Star. So thank you guys for watching.
Yeah, maybe I'll join you for Justice League.
All right, cool. We'll make the plan. See you later.
See ya.